Aloha, viewer. The name is Roya. Due to the fact that I actually had a bit of a problem with the synchronization of audio, apparently what happened was the commentary actually went on a little longer than I expected. So I'd say, like, at a certain point in this playthrough, I'd say about halfway through the entire part, Part 6's commentary will sort of be out of sync with the video. But at least all the information that you need is in this segment. And the Necky Senior battle, surprisingly, is a bit late in terms of commentary. I'm guessing what happened was I had the video running slower than it should be. Because I had the tempo, well, not really the tempo, I had the pitch set to 3.5, negative 3.5, sorry. And that made the video a bit longer than it normally is. When I had it set to 3.5, or negative 3.5 in this matter, it was 16 minutes and 43 seconds, but the normal speed of it was 16 minutes and 8 seconds, as you will see. But with that said, the commentary goes on for about 17 minutes and 32 seconds, excluding what I'm saying right now. So, that's just so you know that this will not sound perfect. Not like every video will be perfect. Just keep that in mind. I mean, I know people like perfect commentary and perfect video, but of course there have to be some flaws, right? I mean, even people such as, Joshua Adams or Jamie Clement, I mean, they do have their troubles sometimes. I mean, even Johnny from Brain Scratch, or the entire Brain Scratch crew for that matter. But I digress. I'm not trying to badmouth anybody. I'm just using them as examples. Anywho, let's watch part 6. Hello and welcome to part 6 of Super Donkey Kong Country. We're at the final world of the game, but god dang it, is it hard. So this entire level that you're about to see here, you're on a conveyor belt that is constantly losing light fuel. So what you have to do is you have to constantly be finding these fuel barrels within the stage. If you miss, like, you can screw up once. You can miss at least, at the very most, one barrel. If you screw up more than once, you will fail the stage, the tank will run out of, the conveyor belt will run out of fuel, and you won't be able to complete the stage. You will lose a chance, and you'll have to restart everything from the beginning unless you find a checkpoint. Which, god dang it, it is so hard to find. This conveyor belt actually doesn't really gain or lose speed. It's moving at a standard rate, so it will stay at the same movement that it stays completely. Honestly, I find this idea to actually be one of the better gimmicks to this entire stage. It is one of the most complex things within the Super Donkey Kong Country code, aside from the King K. Rool battle, but again, this was really planned out. This was really well thought of, and having a fuel tank between those two zingers, if you're going to do this blindly, I swear, this is a pain to try and do that. But god, this stage is probably one of the most memorable, only because of the fuel tank gimmick. Personally, I always come back to this stage to see how long I can go without having to touch the fuel tank. Because, trust me, there will be some times where you won't need the fuel tanks. Although, I do find it to be more mandatory than not required. Trust me, you will need it. Like that one tank that I just had gotten, not the one I just got, the one before it. I could actually have skipped that one and have gotten it, and still have completed the stage. So there are many areas where you could do it, but again, it has to be precise as to where you time it. And this is the only stage that features this, so yeah, it's pretty unique in my opinion. I love unique levels. Now keep this in mind. Alright, here's the final cave stage. It is the It is the Gray Cave. At first I was gonna call it the Silver Cave, but no. It's the Gray Cave. Now keep this in mind, this is still the factory area. Yeah, this is pretty much the underground part of the, factory area. I do find this a bit confusing because in the North American version of this game, especially when they redid it in Super Donkey Kong Country Returns, they made it so that this area has no real similarity to that of what World 5 was in this game. Similarity between the two worlds, being that this is the underground part of the factory, is not existent. Or it might be and is not fully existent per se. Nevertheless, what you're doing in this stage is you're constantly avoiding these spiked wheels of death that could constantly, they can kill you pretty much. I'm surprised I got through this without getting hit as Rambi. Anything's possible with Rambi in this area anyways. And here comes the most ridiculous bonus stage of the game. So, you have to fight, well, not really fight, but you have to jump on, what is this, 3 chompers? Yeah, 3 of these chomper enemies constantly, and do you know how hard this was for me to do this on my first try? I tried to get this precisely, but nevertheless, it doesn't matter how many times you hit them, the 10th time you hit one of them, all 3 of them are gone. And only God knows how I got through that wheel of 3 spikes. But yeah, this is pretty much the hardest level in the game, aside from the next level that we're about to see, the on and off stage. Oh God, the on and off stage! I hate the on and off stage! Ah, I hate the on and off stage! But I digress. Pretty much that was the hardest part of the stage. Everything else, though, is okay from here on out. However, some of these wheels will catch you off guard. One time I do remember, I was trying to do an all Donkey Kong run, and God dang it, do you know how precise of a jump you have to do in order to avoid these spiked wheels of death? It's near impossible to avoid them. God dang it. Now, funny thing, the invincibility frames in the hitboxes don't make it recognizable that Rambi can only take damage when anything hits his body. If it hits the head, he doesn't get hit for some reason. Now that is you can actually put this to your advantage. You can abuse this ability for some reason. Like, you can have Rambi's head just standing in front of an enemy or a thing of spikes, and he won't take damage. That was a pretty well thought out idea, Nintendo. And, I just noticed this. Why is the one-up balloon... The one-up balloon has been in the right for the past 3, maybe 4 bonus rounds I've done. What is up with this game? Nevertheless, folks, oh wait, this isn't the stage. Sorry. I'm in the wrong area. I'm jumping way too far ahead. But yeah, this is the summoner stage. Remember the enemy summoner that always shot out all those enemies? So yeah, now we have to deal with salamanders and beavers and that one occasional turkey vulture. Which, I'm not sure if it's even a turkey vulture. I'm not referring to Necky, but there is... that might be in the on and off stage. I'll have to double check that as I go through this video. Personally, I do... let's see, going into my knowledge of the Super DKC series, I personally find this game, out of all of them, to be the easiest. Yes, I personally find this game to be easier than Super Donkey Kong Country 2, Dixie and Diddy, and Super Donkey Kong Country 3, Dixie Kong's Double Trouble. But my only question with Dixie Kong's Double Trouble